All right, y'all, what's going on, man? It's your boy Cornerstorerod. Welcome to Against the Grain. Show my boy real quick, man. I got Riley in the building. Riley, say what's up to the people, man. Say what's up, man. I got the chef on, man. That's an insider for y'all don't know. And my boy, though, Riley, what up, man?
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. Much love for having me on, for seeing you do your thing. Yeah. You already know how many you get, because I'm just happy to be on here. You feel me?
You know we got some things to talk about, homie, and we finna get into it right now, man. Starting off with last night's game, man, the Dallas Mavericks gentlemen sweep the Timberwolves. Luka and Kyrie combined for 72 points last night. 72 points, bro. And we're going to get into the thoughts and reactions. I'll go first, bro. Luka, man. Luka, bro. Like, what was all that about that first quarter, bro? I think Luka came out firing. They put Ant on him. They put Jaden on him. Luka came out like a professional, bro. Like a real professional. The Timberwolves, bro, I don't think that they was ready when they came out, bro. I don't know what that was about. Like a lot of lackadaisical, bro. Like, for them, when I watched the game, bro, and when I watched the tip-off, bro, I just didn't feel like they had that survival mode, bro. Like, for some reason, it just looked like they came out like, oh, yeah, we finna just ease into the game. Nah, bro, they were supposed to come in firing. You seen what Luka did? Luka had one mission in his head, bro. He said, you know what? Come on, man. I'm going to take y'all on my back. I'm going to start the charge off. What's your reaction to that game, bro?
Sheesh, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm with you. Like, that was a crazy start, bro. Like I was saying when you was getting into it, 20 first quarter.
First quarter, bro.
Sheesh. Season on the line, and you let the best player go for 20 in the first quarter. Coach, what's going on over there, man? Like, I don't know. Like, them boys were playing like they was up 3-1.
Keep it real with me, homie. Why the hell, like, why are we still letting Luka play one-on-one basketball, bro? Like, why? When a nigga got 10 points, bro, I would have been like, hey, timeout. Hey, we doubling him. We ain't finna just let this dude go off for 20 in the first quarter. Come on, man. What's Chris Finch? You got some explaining to do for that one.
Definitely. That boy made like his first 4 or 5 shots. Like, bro, it's man though, bro. We down 3-1, bro. Hey, I'm not finna let just like you doing the game when somebody get hot, timeout, beep. That's what we finna do. Y'all boy come over and holler at me real quick. So what we finna do is we finna be doubling off, and we finna stop this now. Like, they did it too. They I don't even know what they did because they didn't do it because he had 20 in the first quarter, bro. Like I said, man, they was playing like they was up 3-1, and the Mavericks had to win. Like,
that's facts. That's facts right there, bro. They was playing like they was up 3-1, bro.
Yeah, and like bro, the energy wasn't there. The crowd tried, and then the crowd was like, "Well, dang, okay, we can't play for y'all, boys." Like,
yep.
And then it was on from there, bro.
You know what? Like, not to cut you off, but you know what irked me, bro? When I felt like the offense was going through Rudy Gobert that first quarter, bro. I'm like, bro, why we keep passing? I know he got the matchup. They kept on doing a little switch. Luka guarding him in the post. But Rudy Gobert ain't got no offense, bro. No offense,
can't live like that. Can't live like that. That boy ain't got no offensive game to save his life, bro. Like, it's just amazing he's still getting the minutes he getting at this point, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know they be talking about that DPOY mess, but like, man, me and you done talked about this before, bro. Like, he got them, bro, and they on his resume and all that, but like, I gotta put asterisks next to them, bro. Like I told you before, bro, you're going to be defensive player of the year, bro. You got to be able to affect it in multiple ways, bro. I understand you a shot blocker, but you got to be able to move your feet when you get around the back, away from the basket, bro. Like, because if not, it's going to be easy to get you out the game.
Yep.
And like I told you before, when they played the Mavericks a couple years back with Luka, when he was still on the Jazz, they did the same thing to him. They got him all the way away from the basket, had him in the corner, guarding the corner. I think he was guarding Cleveland back then. Wayne ain't made no impact on the game. Got them boys out of there. I'm like, man, look, they still know how to get you, bro. And then Luka with the game winner the other game the other night, just like the one in overseas ball when he got him over there a couple years ago back. It's just like, bro, nobody's scared of that man, bro. I'm telling you, like, Rudy, Rudy's, I don't know, bro. It might be time to have these conversations where Rudy come off the bench, bro. I'm just being real, bro. There ain't no hate, none of that, bro. I'm just being real. You know how I keep it, bro.
Hey, like, let me ask you this, bro. Is Rudy starting to look washed? Because if you notice that fourth quarter, Rudy ain't played, bro. Chris Finch did not let Rudy back in. Rudy did all that in the first half, and then he started to become unplayable. But you know, every year they always say Rudy can't play in the playoffs. And they tried to do it. Like Chris Finch, he took the shot and like he tried to like, we gonna try to change that narrative. But you just can't play Rudy, bro. Like, I don't know what it is. The feet slow. I don't know if he washed. That's what I'm saying. Like, his lateral movement, like, it's just like, come on, bro. How are they picking on you, bro? And you can't play at the end of the stretch. That's a lot of red flags, bro, if you ask me.
I'm trying to tell you, like I'm saying, bro, the defensive player of the year, you can't even play at the end of the game. It's not even, I wouldn't even say it's his washed, bro. That's just him. Like, it's just the way he played the game, bro. Like, it's hard to play him in the fourth quarter because, like we already stated a couple moments ago, he ain't got no offensive game to say the least.
And then
he only valuable on defense, around the basket. He can't hit free throws consistently. Like, so it's hard to play somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? The spacing ain't gonna be there. Like, it's hard to have somebody on the floor in critical games.
You're right.
Which all playoff games are critical. So it's like it's hard to have somebody in there like that at the end of the game when you know you got to score because you got these boys combining for 72 and 60s and all these games out here. Like you can't play with it, bro. We seen what happened when you leave him out there try to stop something. He got gamed on a couple games ago. Like
and then they try to say like, oh, they don't pass it to Rudy. When you try to pass to him, he got butterfingers. He can't catch. It's like, I don't know if Rudy, like, what does Rudy train on, bro? Like, I don't really know what he trained on in the offseason, bro. Obviously, it's not offense because we can clearly see that. But I don't know, man. It's when I watched Likely and I watched Gafford last night, I seen a lot of energy, a lot of athleticism, bro. I don't really see that from Rudy no more. He just tall. He just a big-ass tree.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, he's just a tree.
He's just sticking his hands up, bro. That's all he's trying to do, stick his hands up.
He's just a big ass tree, bro. Like you said, that turned into a stump when it ain't time to be a stump. That's what it is, bro.
That ain't turn into a branch.
It's tough, bro, because it's like I said, bro, ain't no hate, none of that, bro. It's just like I'm just keeping it real. It's just like it's hard to watch that man sometimes. Like he just, I don't know, bro. Like our homeboy said, you know what I'm saying? He don't affect the game as much as you would like for a defensive player. Multiple time defensive player of the year would affect it. Like you would expect some kind of, you know what I'm saying? He'd be able to, you know, at least be some kind of effective away from the basket. But we've seen this for years. You get Rudy away from the basket defensively, that boy ain't.
You on an island, like he can't guard, bro. When you put him on an island, that's when he feels the most uncomfortable, bro. He just want to stay around that paint all day. You can't do that. Like, this league, this era, bro, they bring you out, pick and roll. Like, you got to be able to slide your feet.
You got to be able to move them feet now. It's over. Them days over with, but them feet got to be shifted quick, all that. Like, them days over with. Oh, Lord, I can be stationary. No, even if some of these bigs, like, that's what I'm saying. We was talking about it before. Like, it's bigs that give him problems too because they got a little more quickness and athleticism to him, but they crafted with it and he can't handle it because the foot speed ain't there. And it's just like, bro, like Rudy, what you gonna do, bro? Like like you said before, like, you know, what he work on in the offseason.
Correct.
We've seen multiple like ex-players, and I ain't talking about no scrubs. We talking about upper echelon players offer to work with him on offense in the offseason, and it's clear today that he's not taking those offers again because offensively we see the same thing for Rudy. If it's not an offensive rebound, put back or alley, he not most likely gonna score. Like, what you gonna get from Rudy? Rudy just out there, bro.
Now let me ask you this, bro. Kyrie and Luka combined for 36 points each. What does that say about this duo, bro? What does that really say about them? Because they went against the number one defense in the Timberwolves, and they still couldn't prevail. What does it say about Luka and the Kyrie duo in your eyes, bro?
Well, look, bro, we both know You already know how I feel about Reid.
Yeah, you was telling me, homie. You was telling me about them boys.
Exactly, you feel me? So it's crazy, like them boys in the finals. Because I was telling you before the playoffs even started, like I've been watching the Mavs most of the season. The Mavs and the Thunder is the two teams I watched the most this season. Them and the Lakers. But it's just like after that trade deadline, and they made that move for Gafford, they got PJ Washington. Them boys just went up. But I'm gonna stick to what we was, you know what I'm saying, getting into as far as Kyrie and Luka. Man, look. We seen how that Timberwolves defense was affecting Jamal Murray and them boys throughout that series. Jamal Murray getting held without points or minimum points first half and all that. And it's like, man, Luka and Kyrie ain't really had no bad game. The one bad game that I guess you would say was last game, the one that they actually lost.
Yep.
But like, even then, it was like them boys still, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna make their plays. When you got two gifted, crafty, offensive, like a backcourt like that. And I ain't gonna get into it like some of the other people saying the best backcourt ever. You know, I ain't gonna get into all that. But them boys definitely special. Like Kyrie, we seen what Kyrie do on multiple teams before this. And it's just like Luka, just watching Luka progress year after year after year. It's like everybody like, oh, he too slow, that ain't gonna translate. Man, that man play at his own pace. That boy gonna bully, you know, he can bully you, he can, you know, finesse you, like, you know, he not the fastest, he still can finesse you. It's like, the boys got a lot in their bag, and it's a lot to try to cut off. And it's like, you ain't gonna be able to stop everything, and it's just like what they be saying on TV, like, you know, with the TNT crew, they be saying, like, you force them to take tough shots and all that, but, like, them the shots them boys be practicing for real in the gym. Like, you kind of just giving them, you know what I'm saying, what they really been working on for real is like the standstill shots and all that. They're like, them easy, you know, they practicing them all every day. That's nothing. But the ones that they keep telling them to try to make is the ones that they really working on in practice. Because it's like, okay, I know I'm going to have to hit this in the game. Because, like, they already know me and Luke, you know, we the head, they're going to try to cut the head off. But we ain't even going to sit still for y'all boys to even try to cut the head off. Like, it's tough, bro, because it's like, they really figured out how to bounce off each other. Like Luka can,
that's facts, bro,
go, and then Kyrie chilling. He could take a little break. You know what I'm saying? He watched Luka work. He in the corner chilling, getting his breath back.
Yep.
Then Luka get done.
Yep.
Luka take the clock out for break real quick. Take him a quick little break. Now it's Kyrie turn. Now he going
that's crazy,
This is
bro.
like last night, bro. Luka 20 points in the first quarter. Then the second quarter, Kyrie go off. He get like 12, 14 in the second quarter. It's like, bro, what y'all doing? And then it's like to the point where they doubling Luka. It's like, okay, yeah, but y'all doubling off of Kyrie? That's terrible, bro.
That's like, the problem, bro.
What in your mind made you think Kyrie is the one I'm going to double off for, bro? No, bro. No. That's the last person I'm doubling off.
I didn't get that rotation, bro. That's bad rotation. That's bad coaching, bro. That's bad defense assignments, bro. You can't rotate off of PJ Washington or somebody like that. Don't do Kyrie, though.
Somebody else, bro. Kyrie? I'm like, yeah, boy, they ready to go home. Well, stay home since they was in Minnesota. They were ready to, you know what I'm saying? They said, you know what, but I'm checking out. It like, bro, but like Luka and Kyrie, that's a tough little backcourt to deal with, man. It's like I'm intrigued for this finals.
I'm glad you just talked about it, because we finna transition right now into it, man.
Yeah.
The early preview, right? The Boston Celtics versus the Dallas Mavericks. Who you like, bro? Who you like, honestly, bro? And if you can, give us your MVP, the Finals MVP prediction. What you think, bro?
Okay. All right, let me be real, because it's like, you know, I got a little spot. I can't rock with the Celtics like on some, you know, personally. It's just like you never liked the Celtics. Like that's just me. I never liked the Celtics, bro. You know, I was Kobe fan growing up, always looking at Lakers. I can't even rock with the Celtics, but I'm gonna leave that out of it, bro.
Okay, no bias. What's your?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Even without the bias, I still think I'm gonna have to take the Mavericks, bro. I still think I'm gonna have to take the Mavericks, bro. Because my reasoning for that is, bro, and like I was telling you before, we were talking, you know what I'm saying, off record on stuff like that. It's like the Celtics, bro. Them boys good. I'm not gonna say they not good. I ain't even gonna. That ain't even what I'm getting at with this.
Okay.
What I'm gonna say is though, like this playoff run them boys have been on, it looks very 2021 Suns-ish. And what I mean by that, every team they done played so far had a major injury they had to deal with.
Correct.
Every team they had played had a major injury they had to deal with. Think about round one. Jimmy Butler, and to a lesser degree, Scary Terry Rozier, but that's still two of their top players on their team. Jimmy Butler, their best player, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Then even the rookie Hawkins got hurt in the series. That don't help after already having them two boys out. Then the next series, you got the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell goes down for the rest of the series after game 2 when it was tied 1-1. Jared Allen already is not playing in the series. That's another one. That's two of their top players like that. So it's like, okay, now you don't have to deal with that. And we seen what Donovan Mitchell was starting to do at that time when he got hurt. Like, Donovan Mitchell, you know how I feel about Donovan Mitchell as well in the playoffs.
I feel the same way, bro. All-star, not superstar.
Yeah, but he was starting to get a little rhythm going at that time. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. He kind of making these boys have to work. But then he go down. And like I said, Jared Allen already gone too. Top players. Now you got the Pacers. A lot of people ain't even like the Pacers to be there in the first place. But I feel like them boys, you know what I'm saying, they played good enough to be there. And, you know, they dealt with the same kind of issue last series. The Knicks just started wearing down and they had injuries. That might have helped them too.
Correct.
But they got Halliburton get hurt. That's their point guard, they flow general. And the way they play, like, you gotta have that guy out there. Like,
they needed Tyrese, bro. They wasn't finna win without him, bro.
Tempo pace and, you know, get the ball out quick and just, you know what I'm saying, bit the passing in. And then he started, you know what I'm saying, making shots and scoring as well, like, at that point. So it's like, okay, now he's out. The Pacers already don't have, you know what I'm saying, the firepower to compete with a team like the Celtics anyway. But then you take out Halliburton as he was starting to get going and, you know what I'm saying, scoring and getting his shot back going and all that. Now you take him out, it's like, okay, now they just swept them. And then what also it comes down to me saying this is the Celtics all season have been like they have inconsistent patches where it's like, y'all too good for this.
Yep.
Like, it's a couple times they played the Hawks and they had big leads and they let the Hawks come back and beat them. And it's like, the Hawks, bro, you let them out that kind of comeback? Like, they're not even a playoff team. They was in the play-in, but, like, let's be real. We knew they were. Like, we were just going to be real. But then even, like, I seen them against the Cavs one time. They was up pretty much 30. They let them come back. And it's just like, why do they keep doing this?
Why do you think that, though, bro? Do you think let me ask you this, though, bro. Do you think the Boston Celtics, my fault, do you think they take games for granted? Do you think they ease up sometimes? Like, do you think they feel like, man, we know we'll get a game?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of, like, they just, how should I say this? Like, they
get complacent,
I don't
bro.
know. They need a coach that just going to stay on their ass. Like, I feel like this coach, even though Ime, you know, we know what happened with Ime while he not there and all that, but Ime kept them boys, like, locked in and engaged, and he wasn't going for none of that. You see, they had a different type of toughness to them when Ime was coaching. It's like they still solid, and like I said, they still a defensive team, but it's like they don't look like when Ime was at the helm, like Ime had them boys like, hey, Kevin Durant over there, we don't care, sweet. Like, they wasn't giving KD nothing. Like, he kept them engaged. Like, they're like, we not having these last of us. Like, okay, then we gonna just chill for a little minute. We'll get it together because we better than them. So, like, they'll come back, but we'll end up winning it. No, you can't take that for granted because they should have swept the Heat. They let the Heat steal a game in Boston, and like that without Jimmy Butler and Scary Terry, it's like they shouldn't even won a game. It's like,
that's true, bro.
It's like they just had these lapses where they not focused and like locked in. It's like they lose sight of the mission for a bit. And it's like they've been cruising on their side where these Mavericks then went through a gauntlet. Whether it would have been the Mavericks or the Timberwolves, whoever came out there was going to be coming through a gauntlet. They already in that mind like, hey, we got to get it. Like, shoot, we already had to wake up because if we wouldn't have woke up, we would already been gone. Whereas the Celtics, like, man, we better than these boys. Like, let's just go out here, play real quick, get this done, get out of here. And I feel like that's gonna play a factor. Like, it's gonna take the Celtics a little longer to get into that mode. Whereas the Mavericks already been in that mode since round one.
Correct. I think what I would say off of it is, I just feel like without the superstars, if you take both superstars away, if you take Kyrie and Luka, if you take Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum away, I just overall feel like the Celtics have the better role players in Derek White, Drew Holiday. We still got to see if Porzingis is going to be back. If he is back, and I think we was talking about this the other day, I just feel like the spacing will be even more deadly. And so this series right now, like this NBA Finals, see, I don't know why Chris Finch didn't do it, but Luka going to have to play defense against one of them boys. He going to have to play defense against Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. Ain't none of that hiding, sagging off people like Kyle Anderson and all that. Nah, I don't think this. I think Derek White will make you work. I think Drew Holiday will make you work. And obviously he don't want to guard a person like Al Horford on the block. So this series is I just feel like the Boston Celtics can switch, bro. They can switch on anything. And last series, you see what was happening when Rudy Gobert, we just talked about him. I don't really think that's going to happen this series, bro. How you feel about the switching and the matchups with this series going on?
And see, I'm glad you broke that part in. So I was gonna say that as well. The thing I like for the Celtics in their favor with this is I feel like Kyrie and Luka gonna have to work a bit harder this series because the Celtics definitely have more defenders and more bodies to throw at them.
Correct.
Whether it's Drew Holiday with Kyrie, Derek White with Kyrie, or with Luka, Derek White, Jaylen Brown. They might give Tatum a little bit, but I feel like Brown go before Tatum. But as far as that Luka on defense, see, he might still get a bit of a break because Kyrie gonna probably get Drew, and that's fine.
Who he guarding though, bro? Who he guarding? But
I feel like they're just gonna stick him with Derek White, bro.
Derek White is a big shot maker, man, and he move. He run around, bro. You know he be going around them screens.
Yeah, but I think they might be all right with that rather him with Derek Brown than try to, deal with a Tatum or Jaylen Brown because I feel like Jaylen Brown and Tatum gonna get PJ Washington and Derrick Jones. I feel like that's what they gonna get. Some type of combination of sorts. And then I maybe even think since Dante Exum is more healthy because he was a key part of that first series as well against the Clippers, he was actually playing some good ball as well. Him being back in the rotation helps because he's also pretty decent on defense as well. So I feel like he might, take a couple of minutes and guard a couple of those, maybe Tatum, since Tatum's a little thinner than Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's, I would like to say, is stronger than Tatum, so I probably wouldn't put Dante Exum on Jaylen Brown.
Nah, I wouldn't do that either, bro.
Just because the strength factor. But, I think Luka, they'll probably still want to stick Luka on, like, Derek White, or maybe they put Luka on Drew and let Kyrie get Derek White. Some kind of thing like that. I don't think they want to let Luka guard one of those.
Hey, bro, but we do both agree they're going to have to play a little more defense this series. Especially
for sure.
Especially
but
like Kyrie.
The thing is,
Kyrie was kind of like, who was Kyrie guarding? He was guarding Jaden McDaniels sometime. Like, come on.
Them boys was getting breaks because them boys was really like them.
Only Ant was the real shot creator on that team. Now you got the whole team that can shot create.
Yeah, but see, this is what gets taken away because the Timberwolves others was very inconsistent, so like they could get away with that. But that Thunder series though, Luka and Kyrie kind of was with it.
They was clamping.
I wouldn't say clamping, but like they was engaged on defense. Where it's like, okay, we know we're gonna have to because these young folks coming. Like, so they weren't really. I'm not gonna say. Listen, I'm not going on the record to try to say Luka and Kyrie is elite defenders. I'm not saying that.
I respect that.
The other series, them boys they showed a want to, like, okay, yeah, like we know we bucket getters and certified professional bucket getters, but like we know this series we're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying, stick a little bit on the line, more on the line on defense, because That Thunder team was. I know a lot of people are always a fluke. They got a number 1 seed and they wasn't a real number 1 seed. False. That Thunder team was very good. Like, them boys are ahead of schedule. Watch out for them in the near future. But yeah, I will say it's gonna be tougher for that back. I would expect it to be tougher for that backcourt for the Mavericks this series. And I do agree with you. You taking out superstars and just leave out the rest and just look at the rest of each teams. I would definitely agree that the Celtics still have a better overall team. It's just the coach. It's like I'm not saying he's a bad coach. It's just like his
inexperience.
He don't got that same fire like some of these other coaches do. Seem like he's soft spoken. He just seemed like a nice guy. There ain't nothing wrong with being a nice guy and all that. But when we talking about coaching and then we talking about the finals now, it's a different level of motivation and fire and will that you got to instill in your team than first round or even the regular season. Things like that. He gonna really have to like dig deep and get after them boys and make sure like, hey, we cannot have them lapses we was having before because these boys right here go for 72, 75, 60, whatever like that, 80 if you let them. Like we can't do that. Like, and even though it's mainly Luka and Kyrie, they others be contributing too. Like we were saying, Gafford with the energy and Lively with the energy. Like them boys like I said, they not perennial scorers and all that, but their energy and just being an option, that matters. And PJ from the corners is dangerous. I think it's the left corner he like more in particular. Like PJ, he's streaky with it, but
he's more consistent on the corner.
Big shots.
Yep.
But I will agree with you also with the Gobert. That's not going to happen as well. Because Al Horford, even though he getting close to 40, that man still be knocking threes down. So that letting that center, they're going to have to really pay attention to that.
And his IQ outsmart.
Yeah, he done been around the block several times. So it's like, you can't. Al Horford ain't going for it. And Al Horford is a two-way. Like, he give you something on offense sometimes. Some nights he might give you 17. And somebody be like, 17, that's not really a lot. But for a 37, 38-year-old Al Horford, 17 is a lot.
That's a lot, bro. That means
he's also going to give you good minutes on defense.
You still hooping if you can put up them numbers. Let's do this. We're going to go on. Let me see. We're going to actually skip the top locks because they haven't released like the player props and everything like that. So we'll get past that. It's one that I definitely want to talk about. The Timberwolves got gentlemen sweat. We just kind of really just talked about this. If you're a GM, do you make changes or not? Do you run it back, bro? Or do you like, all right, we got to reconstruct some things?
We got to shake this thing up now. Like, I know last year everybody was like, nah, we can't.
Yep.
But this year they were showing like, hey, they could possibly do it. But then we get to the playoffs and we get to the second biggest stage in the NBA playoffs.
And we run into a test.
Finals. And it looked like last year when it was like they can't play together. The rotations don't work. You got to get rid of one of them boys.
Hey, talk about it, bro. Because if you ask me,
both, but you got to at least get rid of one of them.
If you ask me, bro, you trade Cat to get more value. But then when I think about it, you can't really play Rudy in the playoffs. That's the problem. And the Rudy contract, I feel like nobody's gonna take that big contract. Everybody knows that when Tim Connolly made that decision to trade all them draft picks to get Rudy, everybody knew that was like, what the hell you doing, bro? So it's kind of hard to get rid of Rudy, but I feel like you get some trade value with Cat. But do you get the same thing back? You know what I'm saying? Cat's a 7-foot sniper in the regular season, but he's a mismatch, bro. And I don't know if you can find the right value for Cat. I would look somewhere in that Miami, see if I can get a Tyler Hero. Maybe they'll do a Bam trade. Maybe we work something up, cook something up, and go get Bam. But they need some. I don't really like the matchup as well, bro. I don't think that duo. It can only get you so far. It's built to beat Denver. But when you try to play teams like Dallas Mavericks, even if they would have played teams like the OKC, I think OKC would have gave them problems with that double front court.
It's potential with the OKC one. Only thing that was working in their favor with that one is Chet is skinny.
Yeah, all right, I give you that. Yep.
He's a shot blocker, but Chet is skinny. But at the same time, Gobert ain't really an offensive threat. So it's like if he was just gonna be guarding him, I mean, I guess he'd be all right. Maybe rebounds would probably be the only thing that he, had problems with, just like with Valanciunas. But Gobert don't really offer nothing on offense. But me, yeah, like I said, bro, you definitely gotta get rid of at least one of them. Some people, like I said, some people shouting getting rid of both of them, but you at least gotta get rid of one of them. In an ideal world, you probably would like to prefer to keep Cat over Rudy, but like we were saying, I don't know what you could potentially get back with Rudy. If you try to trade Rudy, you're probably gonna have to add something with it. You're not just gonna be able to trade Rudy and get something that you really, feel good about back. Maybe just because, like we were saying, what does Rudy offer you in the big moments? Rudy only does what you would expect from a 7-foot+ guy, blocking shots and getting rebounds. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do, bro. Like, what's the extra that you gonna give? And Rudy's not giving no extra, bro. So I would, in an ideal world, I would try to get rid of Rudy and try to see if I can get something back from Cat. To go with Cat. But like you said, Cat's probably most likely gonna have the more trade value. So if you were to go that route and trade Cat, you definitely gonna have to need to get another offensive, a big with some kind of offensive game, unless you plan on inserting Naz Reid into the starting lineup next year, I would say. Because if you keep Rudy's gonna have to be like a matchup kind of guy where he starts with against certain teams, and the other teams he coming off the bench because it's hard to play Rudy, bro. I'm saying it's regular season, you got a better chance because it's the regular season, but playoffs, it's hard. You got to really pick your spots with Rudy in matchups because, like, with certain teams, it's not gonna help you in any way with Rudy being out there because he doesn't add anything.
And my boy, for time purposes, we gonna move forward because I still got to upgrade on the Zoom, man. We only got about 3 minutes left. All right, so Riley, Floyd comes out and says that Shakur Stevenson is the better skill fighter, but Gervonta Tank Davis is the better puncher and overall the fan favorite right now. But who you like, bro?
Yeah, like I was saying, Floyd definitely have the, the caveat and the place at the table to speak, on boxing and stuff like that. Because, like I said, he's what he done for the sport and what he did in the sport. Yeah, as far as skill, like I believe both of them skill because I'm a Tank fan and I'm a Shakur fan, so I watched both of them fight. Probably watched more Tank, especially lately, but I'm a fan of both. But as far as him saying, like, just saying flat out he's more skilled than Tank, I don't know if I necessarily agree with Floyd, and I know I'm probably not, validated to, speak on it because, I'm not a boxer or anything like that. I just watch. But I would say just from watching, like, people watching him fight, people don't give Tank the credit that he deserves as far as being a skilled boxer. They just, see the knockouts and things of that nature. It's like, oh, he just hit hard. He ain't really boxing. But like, if you really sit back and analyze and watch Tank fight, Tank is very much skilled. Like he gets knockouts because he sets them up. He's not necessarily hunting for a knockout. He gets knockouts. Like he sets them up. Like when you watch Tank, it's like you can see the focus in his face when he in that ring. Even when he go to the corner, he listens to his coaches. He actually listening. And you also seen back when Floyd was in his corner one time, and Tank might have been down in that fight, and Floyd told him like, "Hey, you got to get it together. Like, let's go. Like,
I remember that, bro. I remember that.
He locked in.
I remember that.
Yeah, he locked in, and he's like, okay, for sure. And that lets you know right there, Tank coachable. So it's
that
like
wasn't a Cruz fight, was it, bro?
Who?
that wasn't Pitbull Cruz. That fight was it?
No, it was before Pitbull. It was like younger Tank because he still had like the low cut and all that. He didn't have as many tattoos on him either. I cannot remember what that fight was. Oh, I can't remember who it was. It was a Hispanic guy.
You know
like
what, bro?
they say, but
the more you talk about it, bro, you're right, bro. And to bring up the Pitbull Cruz, they say Tank was just fighting with one hand. They say he broke his other hand. He had to really show some boxing skills.
And he really was.
Because Cruz coming straight forward. You know how Cruz is. He gonna go like this.
And we know
he gonna come
you
forward.
watch boxing just like I watch boxing. We know Pitbull ain't no slouch.
Nah.
And look, he beat Pitbull without knocking him out. So what that tell you?
That's real.
It's more than just knocking Tank. It's more than knockout artists. And like you said with the hand thing, like it's just, you feel me? Like he had to really dive in. He had to really like dig deep and really like box with one hand. He's injured and he's still out there throwing combos and doing all that. And he's ducking some of Pitbull's like top punches and things like that. It's, you know, like I said, Pitbull's not a easy fight for anybody. So yeah, like for them, just for Floyd to say that Shakur is hands down more skilled than Tank at this point in time, I don't agree with Floyd. I feel like Tank's very skilled, and I also feel like Shakur is still skilled as well. I feel like Shakur's not showed us as much in the ring as Tank has shown us thus far, as you know, arsenal and, you know, switching up and adapting. Tank's defense is underrated as well. He slips. And he knows how to counter. He knows how to stop you from even getting certain shots that you want to get. Tank's very intelligent in the boxing sense. Whereas Shakur, his defense is sound as well, but his is a little different with him jumping back instead of actually slipping punches, like some other fighters would claim. Shakur does slip a couple, but most of his is from the jumping back. That Tank did you know, reference in a couple of interviews when he was speaking on the Shakur, you know, the Shakur conversation. But like I said, I'm a fan of both fighters. Shakur is skilled in his own right. Not saying no disrespect to Shakur at all. I'm a fan, and he very well could, you know, be skilled. You know, become more skilled, especially if he, you know, goes under Floyd and Floyd, you know, takes it serious and, you know, actually looks after Shakur. Shakur definitely has more potential. He is the younger fighter of the two, not by a whole lot, maybe like a year or two, but he is younger of the two, so he might have a little more time for some growth and development. Whereas Tank's he's more experienced at this point, and definitely for me right now, he's more skilled. So I would say that I disagree with Floyd on this topic as far as Shakur being more skilled. We all know Tank hits harder than Shakur, but yeah, I wouldn't agree that Shakur is more skilled than Tank at this point.